On first, and it's only standard that Barry Bonds comes through with the first one batted in Pac-Bell history. His hit scores Billy Miller. Giants 1, Dodgers nothing. Top 3, 1 out, nobody on. Kelvin Elster. Kirk Reeder not here. The inside pitch, he fouls it off, and it would strike his right angle. He'd go down like he had been shot. Same at bat, next swing. Barry Bonds recovery powers.
Park needs to come right back inside on him. Uh-oh, he didn't.
He didn't. So Bonds' third home run of the season. In the 7th, Devon White leads off the inning.
1 love. Top 3 now, 2-0 Giants. Bonds up with a runner on first and on second. Another base hit to the right side. Smokes down the line. Murray comes in to score yet again. 3-0 Dodgers. Giants. Bonds' 93rd RBI of the season. Here comes Bonds on Danny Graves' 28th birthday. He says, "Happy birthday, son. I got a little something for you." His 48th home run of the year gives the Giants a 4-3.
To 350 and 400. It's a 2-2 game in the 3rd. Here's Barry. Barry Bonds ripping this on Scott Winchester. That's just going to go out. 49.
Top 3rd, Bonds up again. Nobody on, nobody out.
Bonds
down the line he goes.
It's in the corner.
And that'll one-hop the wall. Bonds, great speed, but he pulls off this his first triple.
Hitter. What about Barry?
Okay.
Play.
There it goes, and the Giants have gone ahead, number 55.
Oh, his daughter tears in her eyes, I guess, when guitarist Jim Root.
Bottom 8 went on. Barry Bonds, number 57. Splash, 551 all time.
I remember, because I was there.
Sends it back, Gone!
So that was number 495. Number 500 came on April 17th, 15 days after opening day, at home against the Dodgers. But they were only beginning in McCovey Cove. On April 26th at home against the Reds, Barry Bonds hit number 504. What did that do? It tied him with Eddie Eat, Drink, and B. Murray. On May 18th at Atlanta, Bonds hit number 511, tying him with one of the great Giants of all time, Mel Ott. The next day, May 19th, he hit number 512 in Atlanta, tying him with two of the greats, Ernie Banks and Eddie Matthews. On May 30th at home against Arizona. Wow! Was there any doubt about that? And guess who was in the stands to see number 521? Willie McCovey, who he's now tied with. Another man at 521, the splendid splinter, Ted Williams. On July 12th in Seattle, Bonds hit number 534, tying in with the legendary Double X, Jimmy Fox. On July 18th, home against Colorado, Bonds hit number 536, tying him with the great Yankee, the Mickey Mantle. On August 18th, home against Atlanta, Bonds clubs number 548, tying him with the great Phillies third baseman, Mike Schmidt. And then this past Saturday, September 29th, boom! Bonds hits number 563, home against the Padres. Look out at McCovey Cove, tying him with Reggie Jackson. What does the future hold for Barry Bonds? He goes next to Houston, where we might see fireworks as we did in the middle of last week. He's provided so many fireworks. Here are the only names left to pass. Okay, he won't do it this year, but Harmon and maybe Big Mac, and Frank Robinson, and his godfather, Willie Mays, maybe they should beware.
Steps to the plate for his first at-bat. Specially marked baseballs brought in for the occasion. Park's first pitch to Bonds, low and away. His second, a different story.
Season mark in 71. Barry Bonds
ESPN, Bonds' 6th career homer and 38 at-bats against Parks. Son of an All-Star, godson of a Hall of Famer, 37-year-old Barry Bonds, 10-time All-Star, soon to be a 4th league MVP to his credit, greeted by his teammates. Bonds sharing a moment with his son Nikolai, just like he did on Thursday in Houston when he hit number 70. Giant fan Jerry Rose made a great catch to catch the ball, number 71. Take another look. After Barry hits it, surprisingly not showing as much emotion as he did on Thursday night. Of course, Barry's family in attendance and happy as ever. Watch it one more time as the flashbulbs go off all over Pac-Bell. Barry Bonds talking all through the night and after the game how much these fans meant to him, and then Barry coming out after for the curtain call on 71. Bottom 3, Giants were losing in this must-win situation, 8-4. Bonds up for the 2nd time for more history.
A 1-1. A high fly ball to center field. Did he do it again? Gone! 72!
Charlie Steiner with a call on ESPN Radio. 45 of Barry's 72 homers have come with the bases empty. Barry came into this game hitting just a .140 against LA this season. There it is, number 72. But what happened to the ball? Hey, Marquise Grissom picked it up, fake throwing it into the crowd, put it in his pocket, and actually gave it to the Giants dugout an inning later.
I am one that he made allow because I didn't think he could do it. I even said to him, you relax yourself. You go out and have a good time, because I didn't think he was going to get there. But he can see that wherever he is, I show up some kind of way. I'm here. It's cold, man, but I'm here. 5 years old, I remember saying to him, boy, get out of my locker. I want him to get to 75, 74. I want him to put it where nobody can get there. That's what I want him to do.
Sean Dunston told me I was going to hit 71 home runs. I told him he was crazy. So I made a stupid bet. And Sean Dunston, that CL 500 coupe that I owe you, you got it. And to San Francisco and your fans, we've come a long way. We've had our ups and downs. Thank you.
Very, very touching moment for Barry Bonds as he sets a new single-season home run mark. Homers number 71 and 72. His 72 homers, 23 more than his previous career best.
Can you talk about the home run today? I'm not sure whether you've hit a home run off a knuckleball pitcher this year. If you could talk about the at-bat.
Well, I've hit a home run off him before, so everybody wanted me to bunt. But I'm happy for the guy who got it. Very happy.
When you swung at it, you kind of had this like a couple of pitches before you probably waited long enough to roll it. It's like slow pitch softball.
When you swung at it, it looked like you took a couple hitches to slow down your swing. Is that like slow pitch softball today?
Well, I had to make some adjustments. I had to change up a little bit. Sit back a little bit on my back leg and allow the ball to get to me. Took the plate away from a little more, moved up in the plate, just to allow his 75-mile-an-hour fastball just to be 80 at least. So, you know, you have to make adjustments with different pitchers, but I'm glad we won. It's over.
When you crossed home plate, you said a little something to the catcher as you went into the dugout. What was it that you said?
When you crossed home plate, you said something to Chad Kruger before you went into the dugout. What did you say to him?
I don't even remember. I really don't.
Chuck?
Barry, would you be surprised if this record is broken within 3 years?
Barry, would you be surprised if this record is broken within 3 years?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll tell you one thing, if you break 73, I know anyone's going to break that, whatever that number's going to be. because that's a lot of home runs. That's a lot of home runs.
Brian?
I can't.
Hold on.
We can't hear you.
Sorry.
Dr. Manager said that if you were pitching consistently this year, you would approach the 100 home runs.
Jim Tracy said that if you were pitched to consistently this season, you would have hit 100 home runs. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll take 73.
Barry, when you look back at this number right now, 73, does it startle you that this achievement has been accomplished this year by you or by anyone?
When you look at the number 73, does it startle you that this milestone has been achieved this year?
It's really impressive. I mean, I'm glad I did it at home. That was the key. Today's home run, I was more just in shock. You know, your chance of hitting a home run off someone that throws that slow is so slim. And when I did it, I was just, what else can you give me, God? It's just, what else can you give me? Enough is enough.
Dan?
30 home runs and 40 home runs early as you did, people started saying you had a shot to break the McGuire record. At what point did you think you had a shot?
When you got to 30 and 40 home runs this year, people were talking about you getting a shot to break McGuire's record. At what point did you think you had a shot?
I thought I had a pretty good shot when I hit 3 in Colorado. When I got to 63, I felt pretty good about it. And then I had doubts when I got to Houston. I figured if I got stuck on 69 in Houston and we played the Dodgers, it'd be really, really tough. Just due to the fact I haven't hit the ball that well against them all year. So I was really concerned. When I tied it in Houston, I kind of felt relieved, and I said, you know, maybe I got a chance to keep going.
Ken?
As for Barry Bonds, his swing has been great all year, but the last 2 weeks, just an extension of the last 2 years, the 2 greatest offensive seasons back-to-back since Babe Ruth. Now he's going for 3 in a row, and both of these guys are swinging it so well right now. When you have great swings and you have great strength, you always have a chance. Let's watch the location here, though. This ball is right in the center of the plate. Belt high. Curt Schilling, that was his mistake today. Darren Oliver here, he gives Bonds some trouble, but this ball is too much of the plate with a breaking ball, also in between the belt and the thigh.
Giants now, Barry Bonds. 2003 home run breakdown coming into Saturday. An MLB's 29 home runs. He's homered in 4 straight, 9 homers in his last 12 games. Top 4, 1 out, 1-0 Giants. You know what's coming. Barry Bonds with a monster shot to right center off Schilling. Number 30 on the year, 448-foot blast. 2-0 Giants. Bonds' most home runs in his career off pitchers. Smoltz, Maddox, Mulholland, Schilling, all time for the most career to Bonds. Top 6, so you're not going to hit me out this time. Schilling hits him in the shoulder. 7th now, 2 on, new outs, 5-1 Giants. Barry Bonds, base clearing double down the line in left. J.T. Snow and Marquise Grissom score. 7-1 Giants. The Giants are going to win this 8-1. Barry Bonds, a huge day, 3 RBI in the home run. They try and sweep the D-backs this afternoon.
It scores Edgardo Alfonso, 1-0 Giants. Next batter, base is still loaded. Barry Bonds delivers. He has 71. From their teams to the men, 1999, baseball named 10 outfielders to its all-century team. Skills, y'all. Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Ty Cobb, DiMaggio, Mantle, Stan Musial, Pete Rose, Ted Williams, and Ken Griffey Jr. Funny, huh? In 4 years, Barry Bonds has gone from, dog, you ain't even on the list, to, dog, you might just be the best ball player ever. Griffey, talent still there, but injuries have cost him. A 114 batting average this year with runners in scoring position. 2 careers, 2 different directions. Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. have been linked since Griffey broke into the majors in 1989. The similarities were obvious. Both were sons of major leaguers. Both combined speed and power. Both were Gold Glove caliber outfielders. But that's what they were, not who they were. public perception of the two then was quite different than it is today.
Bonds became the bad boy because he got in the argument with Jimmy Leland, and Griffey was always the good boy because his dad was the coach and he had the smile, and they were both fabulous players.
The hype, however, laid in Junior's corner.
He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
Griffey was named Player of the Decade in the 90s. Kid hit all the big homer milestones, 350, 400, 450, at an earlier age than Bonds and at an earlier age than everyone else in baseball history. And he was rewarded with that spot on the All-Century team. Bonds was not.
Bonds swings, and there it is, the right center field, way back to the flag post. He did it!
Now, though, Barry considered the top dog, a title Junior used to hold.
Bonds continued to get better, and Griffey continued to get hurt. And, you know, 8 years ago when we thought Griffey was the best player in baseball, Bonds always took that as a personal affront. And what he did is worked harder and got stronger and got bigger and got better. And now he's the best player in the game.
When I got to 93 and started working with my dad, and really they changed it a little bit. They freed my hips open more. And so when you see at the later part of my career, my hips will free open a little more. I think I blocked myself off because I hit a lot of balls the other way in the early part of my career.
Barry began to do the brunt of his damage in his mid-30s, an age Junior is just settling in on. So is there a possibility that Bonds will break Hank Aaron's home run record, and then Griffey will go on to break Bonds' mark?
He needs to work harder. He needs to get a personal trainer who knows about specific sports, baseball-related training. Needs to get in the best condition of his life and get on a roll for the next 5 years to be the great player that he is, he was, and he will be.
Since Griffey arrived in Cincinnati, he's hit 83 home runs. In that same time, Barry has teed off 202 times, almost 2.5 more times than Junior. While Bonds spent last postseason realizing his dream of playing in a World Series, Griffey will have to grin and bear another rebuilding phase in Cincy. For Junior, getting back to Barry's level will be an uphill